Hi, welcome yet again to another episode of Open Minded Talks with Miss K. Ke nna Koketso Ramatlo Kalina, and I'm excited that probably there are those ones that are watching this for the first time, but for those ones that watched episode 1, I'm excited that you're back, because today it's that day that I said we're going to be talking about my book, Nanny Diaries. So we're gonna get to it. So as I said on the first episode, guys, I had about seven or eight nannies in total ever since Kebanale, from my first child and up until the third child. 7 or 8 of them. Nonetheless, I'll speak about probably just the 2 so that you guys get to buy the book. So yes, as I said, today is all about Nanny Diaries, the book that I am an author. Okay, the book that made me to be an author, obviously. So my Nanny Diaries journey. I won't talk about the first Nanny, but just to briefly go into her. She was a very older lady, very good in cleaning, but and also in taking care of Kumo, of baby Kumo, and helping me with everything. But the only problem about her is that it was like, ohayarile your mother, you know? So she was like, she would take me and Kay as if high. And she was coming all the way from Lesotho. And if y'all know how most of Lesotho nannies are, sorry, I take any nation, okay? But if you know how most of Lesotho nannies are, they give so much respect to the husband than the woman. Like, it's like, you know, but when it comes to us, so we had to let go of her because of more than anything. The remote, it's what happened now is that second nanny. The second nanny was all the way from from Polokwane, Limpopo. And I'll just put a name as I had put a name on the book, Ketlareke Nebe. Nebe was a very talkative somebody, and because of our experience with the first nanny, we wanted someone a bit younger, now, something like that. So I think Nan Fetaka 2, if I remember correctly, like 2 years older than me. I will say this, when Nebe came, there was a lot of, me and my husband, I can't say we're people that fight a lot or whatever. We get along, we're like best friends. But when she was in our space, there was so many arguments that we could not understand where they were coming from. Like something little will grow up into, would be big. So what happened with Nebe, just in a summary, Nebe Balistotu. If I should say that. So what happened is that there was this other time I suspected, man, okay, we're losing a bit of grocer in the house, and Nebe each and every day would walk out Likumo, got a stroller. And I got to find out Nebe, there was a family member or whoever who was close by. So so what happened is that I got to, I always say this when I tell people the cheese that was stolen helped me. I realized there was a cheese missing, because how I got in bulk. I realized there was a packet of cheese missing, and I was like, no, but I know the thing yesterday, where is it? Then when Nebe came back, I told Nebe, no, Nebe. There's a cheese missing, like a packet of cheese missing from the fridge. Nebe, where is it? And Nebe was like, maybe your mom took it, but I know my mom would not, Maybe someone took it. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I remember in Tekebat, like I'm fridge, she was like, she's going out again. And this was like the very first time ever I saw for the second time, because she would normally go out once. What happened is that immediately, probably here out, so whether Oko Koning away, what happened is that I ran as if I was being chased by something. Like the Holy Spirit probably kicked in. I ran to her bedroom and something said, like take the mattress up. I did that and I found my underwear in a plastic. Obviously it means it was hidden. I took the underwear, I opened the plastic and I saw, but this is my underwear. And I could see it's not fresh from clean, like niaperi, you know? And then I how though, you know? Then because we have a pool, I understood probably on one of the days we were swimming, because what I would do is that I would get aparo and wear my swimsuits and whatnot in our bathroom in our in-suit, and then swim, and then afterwards I know it's time to shower or bath. So I knew that probably on one of those days Nebe was able to take my underwear and hid it. Now at this point I was pregnant with my second child, so I asked my mom, remember, if you did watch episode 1, I did tell you a bit of my background, and now I was born again, I'm born again. And then I spoke to my mom about it. I called my mom and my mom was like, maybe ask your husband, get permission from him, because how can you find someone your underwear hidden and you are pregnant? There is just something amiss right there. Call my mom. I call K. K is my husband, so I'll refer to him as K. I called K and he was away by work at that point in time, and I told him I have a situation. I found my underwear, and obviously this underwear I can see. It's not like thing, you know. And then K agreed. The next day I was on my way there. We went to Yakuma Melody. We asked the prophet, found my underwear, this is a situation. The first prophet said, this person be abatla go bola ngwana or o be take a stroke and olwale. I didn't believe him. Like, to be quite honest, I thought like, no man, maybe because of the prophet's story, somehow he felt the need, you know. I was like, but mama, you know, because of it's like a little Moria nyana. We then headed to Marabastad. If you know the CC, you know or something. We went there, we got a prophet. The prophet said the same thing. Like the same thing. It was and it doesn't work that way, you know. And we got the third prophet because no, I don't think so. The third prophet said the same thing, you know. Yeah. So fast forward, never left. Never called me here fitla. Because I did not believe the first, second, and third prophet. I said to Nebe, what were you doing with my underwear? I found my underwear. She's like, yeah, Katsiba. I was like, what were you doing with it? And then she was like, and I was like, no, they told me that you actually wanted stroke. She confessed and said, yes. And immediately when she confessed, I remember hanging up and I was so scared. And that day, I swear to all of you guys, that day, 9 p.m., I take a stroke. Half of my face, where I think the side that I had put the phone at, yeah, so even my mouth I had to beat myself up, and I was like, okay, let's go to the hospital. Should I call the ambulance? I mean, we could walk, but it's like call my mom, told my mom what happened. My mom was like, why, you know, but for me it's like I did not believe. So yeah, now Nanny 3, guys. Hey, Okay, when you think you have defeated the devil, then comes a bigger devil. Me. So in 83, I went back to Lesotho. No, I didn't literally go there, but I'm saying I got the Nanny from Lesotho because Nanny 1 was from Lesotho, but Nanny 1 didn't really give us, hell and whatnot. Like Nanny 1. It was just, she was very controlling, and now we are too much, So now we went to Lesotho because I was not also happy with Nanny 2. So I thought maybe let me look for Nannies back because of motlhomongwe baka high, they kind of feel or something. Maybe let's go for someone who actually comes this side to look for a job. So we went for Nanny 3. I'll just call Nanny 3 Mapefo. Mapefo was an absolutely godsend with the physical. Godsend. I made sure that I actually go for someone completely different. Nanny 2 was dark in complexion. Nanny 3 was light in complexion. But let me tell you, the devil comes in many different packages. So I went for Nanny 3. Nanny 3, we actually went the route of getting Nanny 3 from an agency, Komabopani. If you guys know Pretoria, Gauteng, there's a place called Mabopani. We went to get Nanny 3 there, and I went with my mom, interviewed some, and we liked that one. I immediately gelled with that one. Even like when I got because Nena, she's a bit light in complexion. So we went for her, and just fast forward, she was amazing. We say, please, sexy. Look, the house was neat. Everything was perfect. Only now I know because it was like perfect. It's like as if you have a machine doing the house chores. So what happened with Nanny 2 is that my son had an asthma attack, and which I know now, if you read the book, you will see what happened for him to actually have this asthma attack and a high temperature that we had to rush to the hospital. It's all because of her. And just before then, there was a time whereby I would be in the bedroom and I would be bathing in our bathroom, and I would feel as if Mapefo wants to come and stab me. And there was a feeling that I would just have, especially when people were not there. Like when my husband was not there, we had 2-3 employees that were working in our house then. When they were not there, I would always feel Mapefo wants to come and stab me. But every time I would have that feeling, I would say, Nkameta. I was saying trap. I would even say that, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why. Obviously now I'm very spiritually inclined. I understand a whole lot of things that happened back in the past, but at that point in time I didn't understand. But then yes, my son, because now there was baby number 2, right? My son, that attack, we had to go to the hospital. When we were at the hospital, I had a dream of my father, my late dad. My father's passed away. And in the dream, my dad said, I'm gonna protect you guys. No one is gonna do anything to you. And I normally know that when I dream of my father, I like, sorry, but I have to say this, shit is about to get real. I know but somehow, So then what happened is that I remember when we came back, we were discharged after 5 days because it was so severe, When we came back from the garage, there was steps, I fell and I had the baby in my hand and I had to protect it so I got scratched here, but nonetheless I got into the house, and as I'm sitting there, obviously we were sleeping. I was sleeping at the hospital for 5 days, so I was a bit tired because it's not so comfortable, So as I'm sitting there, Mapifo starts going, kore, oshapadi up and down. We are there and there and says, you know, Mama Kumo, you know, when you and Mama Haolitla to come fetch me at the agency, you know, I was showing you guys on a mirror and they were showing me you are my target. The more and more she spoke to me about that, the more and more I fell asleep. I remember even saying to her, like I remember saying this, you know, Mapifo, the more and more you're telling me the story, the more Okara, you are singing a lullaby baby. And I remember I didn't take it seriously. I slept. 2 days after, I remember there was baptism at church. Even when we live in Centurion, there was baptism at church, and we had to go this Sunday morning. So on the Saturday, I had to get snacks and whatnot. On the Saturday, she wanted to buy a few things. Actually, she said she wanted to give her brother-in-law, because she was married, chelete or something. So we had to go to this mall where she was gonna meet up Leah and I remember as I was, you know, by the shop looking at her, she was walking as if she's going to the entrance to meet up with this person. But I could see that she was looking inside the shop. So I don't know what she was looking for. Now I know she was looking for the things to do, whatever ritual that she was to do. Sharp. Fast forward. I was on my way to the salon the very day, on that Saturday. Me and my husband, like we had such horrible headaches. We were so weak. So for me to even go and buy the snacks is because they were needed at church. So I had to go, whether I like it or not. So I had such bad headache, I even made an appointment because I know when I'm gonna cut my hair. Sharp. Fast forward. As I am going to go cut my hair in the car, I started crying. Like I started crying uncontrollably, and I didn't know why I was crying. So I brought her back and I was crying, and as I was going there, I started crying so horribly. I cried, but as I was crying, I was also praying that I was praying for my kids, you know, and I didn't know why. I was praying for their protection and whatnot. Got to the salon, the headache was gone. I didn't even cut my hair. I decided to plait it. And I got into the car yet again as I was coming back home. I started crying again and praying over my kids. Fast forward. The next morning, as I was about to wake her up, I thought I was going to wake her up to Ain Hempe Yahabi. So when I got to her room, she was praying, and little did I know she was praying to her God. I knocked and I opened the door. I just knocked and opened the door, and then I aswareja. Kumo was because we were, you know, as I said, Kuto was a baby then, so we were sleeping with Kuto. And Kumo was lying there on the edge of the bed, looking up. You know when a corpse is lying, Kumo was like that, and she was standing, and she had a headlamp switched on. I'd like to think maybe it represented a candle or something, and she was busy talking. When she looked at me, she started khoswareja, and she started calling names of people. She started saying, come now, and whatnot. And I remember waking Habi up and then trying to wake Kuma up, and then thankfully she woke up. But fast forward, we took her back to the agency. Mapolisa atlile, you know, we had to call the police because like now she was taking clothes off. She was just really something else. Only to find that this person kept saying she's tired of being a devil worshipper. She wants to die home because at home Lesotho, because she failed her mission. They're gonna punish her by killing her, and that you need to get the book. When I get my copies printed out, I'll definitely show you. But nonetheless, the reason for me to sharing this story is that you need to be very careful of who you allow in your household. We look at a person, we look at the body, we use our physical eyes, but you don't know that the spirit that body is housing, and that spirit is the spirit that you are letting in to your family, that you're letting in into your home. And as I said, it's a book that has all my experiences on nannies. And I said I have about 7 or 8, and each and every one of them, they came with a certain mission to complete. They came with a certain spirit. So my thing to you guys, I don't know if you actually have a nanny situation or had a nanny situation, please do comment and share your story, because the devil is at war, and they are after souls that are clean. They're after children, because they probably know that these children are the children that are meant to actually save the nation. They're meant to do something bigger and greater. And what better way for them to actually destroy them at their infinite stage? But nonetheless, please do share your stories. I know maybe this was a bit long, but to get the full details, you would have to buy the book. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, from me to you, bye.